Okay, this is 2.11. It's going to be a review of some practice of some stuff. The first problem says solve with no calculator. Use a number line. Now, I don't have my number line with me, and I'm not going to waste time in the video making one, but here's how this goes. -8 plus 2, so you're starting at -8. And then you have a plus sign. That's good, okay? The number we're adding is positive, so I move forward 2. So I go on -8, forward 2, -7, -6. Okay, next one, -3 plus -7. So I have -3 is my starting point on a number line. Then I have the plus sign, so that's good. I don't need to change anything. The number I'm adding is negative, so I have to go backwards. So -3 backwards 7, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. Okay, 5 minus 9. I start at 5, but I do not like that minus sign right after it. So I make it plus, and the 9 afterwards goes opposite to negative. So I'm at 5 plus -9. So I start at 5 still, but I'm adding -9, so I go backwards 9. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay, 2 minus -3. So I'm starting at 2. That's a given. But then I have a minus sign after it, so I make it plus, so I can have my plus, but then the number after it goes to its opposite. The opposite of -3 is +3. So I'm at 2, and I go 3 back forward. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay, -4 plus 2. So I start at -4. And I have a plus sign, so that's good. I don't want a minus sign. So if I have a plus sign, I'm good to go. The number I'm adding is positive, so I go forward 2. So -3, -2. Okay, -4 plus 7. So I start at -4. And I got a plus, and it's +7, so I go 7 forward. So -4. -3 is 1, -2 is 2, -1 is 3, 0 is 4, 1 is 5, 2 is 6, 3 is 7. Okay. Again, I'm just visualizing if I had a number line. Now you can start using your calculator. Okay, after that. Okay, next direction. Substitute, then evaluate. So you got 6x plus xy, x equals -4, y equals 3. Negatives have now joined the party, so we want to parenthesize the x's and the y's separately. So 6 parentheses plus parentheses parentheses. X is -4, x again is -4, and then y is 3. So before I start the process of solving that, there's a couple things I need to put in the problem. If there's dots, I need to put them. And I want to see if there's any minuses. So where would dots go? Well, if we have a parentheses with a number outside, that's multiply. You don't have a number outside, but you got 2 parentheses back to back. That also means multiply. So let's read that then. The dots have been placed. See if you have a minus. So I go 6 times -4 plus -4 times 3. 6 times -4 plus -4 times 3. I never said minus, okay? So we're good. Now, after those two things have been addressed, we can now do our parentheses, multiply, divide, add. Parentheses, you have them, but there's just one number inside of each. Multiplication, well, yeah, those dots mean I multiply. Okay. So, 6 times -4 is -24. And you don't need the rainbows because there's just one thing inside the parentheses, okay? You just make the V's, okay? -4 times 3 is -12. No dividing, just add -24 plus -12. You can add those because there's no x, okay? -36. Okay, next problem. Negative 4x minus xy. X equals negative 4, y equals 2. So I parenthesize these individually, just like the last problem. So I got negative 4, parentheses, minus parentheses, parentheses. So x, negative 4. X, negative 4. Y is 2. Okay? So, dots and minus. Okay? So there's a number right outside that parentheses. There's no number outside there, but they're back to back again. So there's your dots. Minus negative 4 times negative 4 minus negative 4 times 2. I'm going to repeat that again. Negative 4 times negative 4 minus negative 4 times 2. Okay, I have a minus right there. So it's plus, and then the negative 4 after it goes to opposite, so it goes to plus. Okay. So now I go to the problem. Parentheses, multiply, divide, add. So in the parentheses we just have one number inside. Multiplying, yep. Negative 4 times negative 4 and 4 times 2. So that's positive 16 plus, remember that plus, 4 times 2 is 8. Now, no division. You add those because, again, they're both constants. So you're allowed to add. 24 is the final answer. Okay, now the next problem, now you get expressions where I don't put a number in for the letter. So you got negative 4x plus 6 minus 2y plus 7x minus 10. Dots, well, you wouldn't put a dot. You don't even have any parentheses, okay? Minus, well, let's read it. Negative 4x plus 6 minus 2y, okay, that's going to be a plus, negative 2. Plus 7x minus 10. Well, that's going to be a plus with a negative 10. Okay. Again, I went plus plus here because the number after it was negative. Okay, if the number after it's positive, which is most times it is, it's plus negative. Now I go attack the problem. Same things. You just do it differently. Parentheses, don't have it. There's no dots. There's no division. Adding. We can add certain things. I write x down, and I add negative 4 plus 7, because those are the two numbers with the x. It's 3x. Now there's another letter, there's a y, but the only y I have is right there with a negative 2 connected in the front. Then constants, well, I have a 6 and a negative 10. Remember, I made the 10 negative. So 6 plus negative 10 is negative 4. And that's done. Okay. Next one. Negative 3 parentheses 4x minus 2. Dots minus. That's kind of the name of the game in this unit. Well, I got the dot here, and then that's about the only place I'd have a dot. Minus negative 3 times parentheses 4x minus 2. I said minus right there. So it'd be plus, and the opposite of positive 2 is negative 2. Okay, now I attack this just in a different way. So parentheses, yeah, you have it, but you can't do anything about it with the x inside. Multiplication here. The negative 3 is times by everything in that parentheses, okay? So here's a plus sign that separates them, and I need to do the distributive property, okay? So, negative 3 times 4x times negative 2. So negative 3 times 4 is negative 12x. Negative 3 times negative 2 is 6. So negative 12x plus 6. And after I write that down, I get rid of the negative 3 times the parentheses. There's nothing else there to drop down. So that's good. No division, and we can't add those. So that has been simplified. I've done everything I could possibly do with it. Next one, negative 2 parentheses 2x minus 4 plus 14x. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about this. Dots. Put a times dot, and that's the only place you'd have a dot. minus negative 2, and in parentheses we have 2x minus 4. Okay, so plus, and then the 4 becomes a negative. Plus 14x. Minuses and dots have been taken care of. Parentheses, multiply, divide, add. So in the parentheses you have x, so you ain't doing anything about that inside. Multiplying, I have negative 2 times this whole parentheses, okay? So there's a plus sign there, so I take negative 2 times 2x and negative 2 times negative 4. Not to the 14x, because that's not in the parentheses. Times 2x times negative 4. So that's going to be negative 4x, and that's going to be 8, okay? So I write negative 4x plus 8. Remember, the plus we drop. Negative 4x plus 8, okay? That's the product. So this and the parentheses are crossed out, but I have to drop the plus 14x. No division, but I think unlike this problem, because I didn't have anything to drop, I think here I can actually add some things. Yeah, I can, man, because I got 2 x's. So negative 4 plus 14 is 10. So 10x. Then my constant plus 8. 10x plus 8. Okay, and then the last problem we're going to look at. (21x minus 14 over 7). Now we did this the other day. I had a parentheses here. Now I'm not going to put one. You don't really need it. Okay. So dots. I wouldn't put a dot anywhere. Now minus. Read the top. 21x minus 14. So obvious minus. So plus negative. And then divided by 7. Okay, I can roll now. PMDA, so no parentheses. Even if I put a parentheses on top, I wouldn't be able to do it because there would be an X here. Okay, multiply. Nope, no multiplication. Dividing, definitely a division. But I have 2 things on top and then a 7 on bottom, so I guess that means we have to divide twice by the 7. So 21x, don't forget the x, negative 14. So remember, I can multiply and divide when there's an x and a non-x. It's the adding I can't do. 21 divided by 7 is 3x. Negative 14 divided by 7 is negative 2. Okay? So that plus we drop. That doesn't go away. And we have 3x. This divided by this was 3x. This divided, negative 14 divided by 7 was negative 2. Both these are going at the 7. And you can't add those. That's done.